You walk through life exposed. Every rejection stings.
Every doubt echoes. Every setback feels personal.
That's what happens when you haven't built your inner fortress. There's a place inside you where nothing external can shake you. But most people never find it because they never build it. They stay exposed, emotionally naked, at the mercy of every rejection, every negative thought, every fleeting emotion. This is not strength. This is spiritual homelessness. So today, we lay the foundation. You don't need to escape the world. You need to build your inner fortress. The modern world worships exposure. You're told to be open, to share everything, to be vulnerable. And there is beauty in honesty, yes, but without boundaries, honesty turns into self-destruction. If everything gets in, you stand for nothing. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." But most people live the opposite. They try to control the outside, opinions, the future, the environment, and let their inner world run wild. They protect their phones, but their mind? Open to every toxic idea, comparison, insecurity. Your inner fortress is not about shutting down. It's about choosing what enters. It's about building a system of strength, so life's chaos doesn't decide your worth. And it matters more than ever, because people are mentally exhausted, not from doing too much, but from absorbing too much. Opinions, news, criticism, clickbait. We've turned our minds into battlefields. So you need something permanent, not built from trends, but from truth. A fortress is not a luxury. It's a necessity in a world that profits from your confusion. A fortress starts from the ground, and the ground is unstable unless you reinforce it. Your emotions are not enemies, but they are not architects either. They shift, they burn out, they lie. Discipline, however, is slow loyalty to yourself. Nietzsche once said, "He who cannot obey himself will be commanded." If you can't master your cravings, someone else will. If you can't say no to impulses, you'll follow someone who pretends to have direction. The world is full of intelligent people with no direction. Because intelligence doesn't build structure, discipline does. So begin with small bricks. Wake up when you said you would. Do the work, even when it's boring. Say no to distractions. Say yes to progress, even when it's quiet. Discipline is not self-hate. It's self-respect. And no one's coming to make you strong. No mentor, no savior. If you don't build the foundation, you'll keep rebuilding the ruins. Every disciplined act is a vote for the kind of person you want to be. You don't need to win the war in a day. You just need to keep showing up. And when you do it long enough, something shifts. Discipline turns from effort into identity. You no longer push yourself. You become the person who shows up by default. That's the beginning of power.
Walls don't make you cold. They make you contained. You can't let every opinion enter your mind. You can't let every notification hijack your time. You can't fight every battle, chase every trend. Building walls means defining what matters and protecting it. Seneca warned, if you live according to nature, you will never be poor. If you live according to opinion, you will never be rich. So ask, what do I stand for when no one is watching? What energy am I absorbing? Who drains me and why do I still let them in? Weak boundaries come from a weak sense of self. If you don't know what you believe in, you'll say yes to anything. A fortress doesn't have 10 gates, it has one. Guarded, intentional. Be ruthless with your attention. Because attention is your life. Don't feel guilty for protecting it. Protecting your mind is love. And people who benefit from your weakness will always call your boundaries selfish. Ignore them. There's no virtue in being constantly available. There's only exhaustion. At the center of every fortress is a quiet room. That room is solitude. not loneliness. Solitude, the space where your mind meets itself. Blaise Pascal once said, "All of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone." Most people run from that room because it reflects them back. But you need that room to hear your real voice. Without it, you live off echoes. In solitude, you confront your programming, the beliefs you never questioned, the fears that don't belong to you. Socrates said, "The unexamined life is not worth living." Most avoid examining anything. They escape through noise and entertainment. But without examination, there is no clarity. And without clarity, there is no direction, only reaction. So ask, what am I chasing? Who am I trying to impress? What would I value if no one was watching? This is the chamber where you become aligned. Where peace is no longer situational, it becomes internal. And here's a deeper truth. You are not your thoughts. You are the observer behind them. And when you learn to watch without judgment, you begin to loosen the grip of fear, ego, and shame. That is where freedom begins. At the top of the fortress is the watchtower. It's where you see the world from above. Not from ego, from clarity. Most people live at ground level, reacting to everything, overwhelmed by the storm. But when you climb the tower, you see that the storm is not everything. You've survived before, you will again. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." From the watchtower, you gain perspective. Rejection isn't fatal. Embarrassment isn't eternal. Anxiety is a wave, not identity. You begin to respond rather than react. You slow down, you hold the line. Perspective is earned. It doesn't come from age, it comes from awareness, and awareness is the reward for stillness. From this height, you start asking better questions. What does this challenge want from me? What can I still control? Who do I choose to be in this moment? You stop playing the victim of fate and start becoming the author of response. That's real strength. That is where freedom begins. One day, you stop seeing the fortress as something you hide inside. You realize you are the fortress. The strength, the silence, the stillness. It's not a place you go to. It's what you become. And from that place, you lead even when unsure. You speak truth even when it's hard. You endure pain, not because you like it, but because you know what it's building. You become harder to manipulate, harder to distract, harder to break, because you've replaced impulse with integrity, comfort with character, reaction with reason. The world doesn't need more noise. It needs more stillness, not passivity, but calm strength. So when the next wave of chaos hits, you won't crumble. Because you've built something deeper than motivation, deeper than mood. You've built a fortress, and the truth is, that fortress was always waiting to be built. You just needed to decide it was time. If you're watching this, you've probably felt lost. You've probably let emotions dictate too much. You've chased validation, avoided silence, feared pain. But that ends now. Not by becoming perfect, but by becoming intentional. You are not here to be a leaf in the wind. You're here to be the mountain it can't move. So building, brick by brick, quietly, powerfully, let the world do what it does. You've built your inner fortress.